Good evening and welcome to JB News. Today we have a very special guest with information on how to get over COVID-19 in a new way. Joining us now is Dr. Jim Parker, who specializes in Eastern and Western medicine. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Doctor, people are confused about the COVID-19 vaccination, and some have died after receiving it. There are so many people still don't know what to do. Could you please give us your insight on how to overcome this virus?
I'd like to give a different perspective on coronavirus from someone who has a background in Eastern medicine and Western medicine. In Eastern medicine, a person's health is determined by how strong or how well your qi flows, and how well and how healthy your blood is. And together, when qi and blood flows in harmony, all the organ systems are functioning at their optimum and is able to withstand any pathogen. In Western medicine, our immune system is determined by how healthy your white blood cells are. So if you have a strong white blood cells that has enough antibodies, then you can withstand the virus or any pathogen. The problem with this coronavirus is a novel virus. It's a virus, it's an organism that we have not seen before, this particular strain. And so people come down with infection in the lungs and have problem breathing. The scientists have now developed a vaccine that can fight against this coronavirus, especially the spike proteins. So Pfizer and Moderna vaccine is able to produce an antibody against the spike protein to have a better chance in fighting this coronavirus. The issue with the astra-zeneca and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is that certain people very rarely do develop this clotting disorder that can cause an issue in their health. Now, the problem with the vaccine is that it is a temporary fix. The reason why it's a temporary fix is that the virus is a living organism. So, as you know, there is a UK variant, South African variant, and Brazilian variants. The virus naturally mutate to become a different type of a virus that can withstand the vaccine. So people who are already vaccinated with Pfizer or Moderna or AstraZeneca or even Johnson & Johnson will come to a point where the virus has mutated to become a little stronger virus. What happens now, the scientists and the doctors and the pharmaceutical company are developing a booster shot, a different vaccine that can fight against this new variant. So by this fall or even next year, you may have to get a third shot. So then this new vaccine is stronger than the variants. But guess what? Virus is a living organism. They will mutate again to overcome the new vaccine, so then they become stronger. And do you see the pattern here? The pharmaceutical company will develop a new vaccine to overcome, and then the virus will become stronger. So it is a never-ending cycle, never-ending cycle. So our group want to focus on what we can do to boost our immune system so strong that it doesn't matter what type of virus it is, you can still overcome it. Now, the important factor in improving the immune system is that our human body is not just made up of physical body, but there exists a non-physical element of our existence called the spiritual energy or spiritual health or soul energy. So what we did was in our study, pilot study, is that we had a study group that we improved the spiritual energy or the soul energy of our test subjects and compared it with the regular folks or placebo. And what we found out was that people who received this treatment to improve the soul energy or spiritual health of a person was able to recover from coronavirus quicker and was able to even prevent getting contraction in the first place. So I thought that was a very promising study to overcome a never-ending cycle of battle between humans and the virus.
That's very exciting. Can you explain to our viewers how they can build up their inner defenses?
Well, to give you an example from something that your viewers may be familiar with is the Star Wars series. It's a science fiction movie that premises on an element of truth, I think, is the Force. They talk about the Force, where Jedi trainees are training to become a Jedi Master, and the difference between a Jedi trainee and Jedi Master is how well are you able to harness this Force and utilize this Force, develop this Force to your advantage. You are able to fight off enemies when you have developed this Force. So this Force is something that you don't see but determines how developed you are. So in real life, in our pilot study, we try to develop the health not by eating more supplements or vitamins, but by increasing the Force or increasing the spiritual energy of a person. So that's something that's very key to overcoming this never-ending cycle, is to developing this Force or the immaterial spiritual health of a person.
What? Really? Viewers, we actually have Yoda on the line. Hello, Yoda. Is this really Yoda?
Yes, Yoda I am.
How were you able to call here?
Since the Force I did. Time is now to upgrade your energy, your Force, yes. The doctor is right about raising our energy level. Overcome this virus you will, through your internal power. Seek out the teachers who know the way. A great force on earth I sense now. Ending soon is suffering, sadness, wandering. Yes.
Wow, thank you so much for stopping by, Yoda. You have a great day.
May the Force be with you.
Dr. Parker, wasn't that incredible?
Yes, that was incredible. I never expected a Yoda to call into your program.
Okay, let's get back to your study. How did you get this knowledge?
Actually, this was a very a coincidental event. I was jogging in Central Park and I ran into a spiritual master named Tao. And he gave me the inspiration to do this study.
Our staff just located Tao, and he's with us now.
Hello?
Hello, Tao. This is Sam from JB News, and we heard about you from our guest, Dr. Jim Parker, while talking about his study. We'd like to hear from you on this subject.
Yes. Yes, I remember Dr. Parker. Hi, Dr. Parker.
Hello, Tao.
Great to see you again.
Yes, nice to see you here in the program.
Sure, I remember we discussed improving our immune system by increasing our inner power.
Yoda mentioned about increasing the force, and then you also mentioned about increasing our inner power. So how do we do that?
To do this, we need to increase the density, the depth, the mass of our soul. When we complain and blame to others or society, we argue and fight, these types of things, it diminishes the power of the soul and our energy, and easy for us to get sick. In order not to do this, we need to learn a new paradigm to solve all of our issues. We should seek out a great teacher to guide us and to help us to raise our energy level, our soul's power. The soul is like an empty vessel. Its nourishment comes from knowledge. So far we've developed as human beings and we've acquired basic general knowledge, a lot of it. It's widely available. For many years now, we have remained stagnant without growing. That's why the virus became stronger. The viruses kept evolving, human beings remained stagnant. So once we infuse our soul with the power and energy power of wisdom, then we can rise above any adversities, any difficulties. In this time period, it's like a stem grew from a seed. All of our human development was growing the stem, some leaves. At this time, we're like a plump, ripe flower bud. If we continue to hold on to the common knowledge, the antiquated belief systems of the past, we may wither and die. If we choose, we can gain the knowledge, the wisdom of nature, and blossom and show our true colors to this world and brighten this world. Have you ever seen a flea? How high a flea can jump? It can jump tremendously high compared to its size, unlimited. But when you place the flea in a glass and cover it up, the flea will bump its head a few times as it jumps. Even if you take off the cover, the flea only can jump that high. He thinks. So we're at this level now. The lid has been removed. Coronavirus has helped us in many ways to introspect, to prepare for the future, to learn and grow. And now that the cover's off, we need to see how high we can soar, how high we can fly. This is the key to our growth, to human development. Do we want to live in fear of microscopic organisms, or do we want to release our power, our unlimited potential, and be masters of this great earth?
Thank you so much. Love to have you back again. And thank you, Dr. Parker, for being part of our broadcast. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. I would love to come back to your program. Whoa!
Thank you for watching JB News.